How have your lives been?
Not that eventful.
You just did some exams on psychology and politics or sociology or philosophy.
And politics.
Yeah, it's all equally boring, that.
It's nice to know you listened to about my life.
At least I knew what you were doing.
No, you didn't.
I said politics, psychology, sociology, philosophy, that bullshit. That's all under one bracket for me.
Oh, well, I suppose if you take it like that, I suppose.
Yeah, so I did know what you were doing with your life.
Yeah. Oh, shit.
I don't even know what my brother's job is, all right? So you should think yourself lucky. I was about to say lunky.
So, Matt,
I thought you were going to say
done
lanky.
your psychology degree, what is next for you? Are you going to become a psychologist in Seattle, maybe?
Yeah, I'm going to be the next Freud, or...
The next Freud.
Are you going to just write books about...
Jung, however you say him.
Jung?
Kim Jong.
Kim Jong-un?
Was he a psychologist?
I'm going to be the next Kim Jong-un.
So you want to be a dictator?
Yeah. I mean, who wouldn't?
That's my dream.
Well, if you want to catch up with Kim
there.
Jong, you haven't got much of a catch-up to go with. I mean, you've just got to get some cardboard missiles together, and you'll already be ahead of him in the arms race.
Yeah. All I've got to do is develop a funny walk, and, you know.
Does he have a funny walk?
Yeah, he does walk quite funny.
Actually, I heard that there was something wrong with his ankles because of how much he ate, so I don't think he can walk at the moment.
Oh, so is he overweight? And is he like those overweight people on their little bikes because they can't walk because they're overweight?
Oh, I hope so. I hope he's the first dictator with a mobility scooter. That'd be lovely.
He also wears, really, his clothes are too large for him most of the time as well.
Yeah.
That's what I like to do, though. It makes me feel better about myself. It's just like I could be a bit more... It makes me feel like I could be a bit more fatter. So then, in turn, it makes me feel a bit more slimmer than I actually am.
Do you ever feel...
Because I wear loose clothing.
You know, when you go into your mind head and you have your own little mind, and especially when you're sleeping, you think about your perfect world and you think, what if everything was opposite and fat was considered skinny and you know, like, that everyone who was fat was considered, like, oh, yeah, put them on Glamour magazine. And or food that's good for you was actually bad for you, and the bad shit was good for you. And in a world, but you kept your own mindset, so like you still liked this shit, but everyone hated it, and you just became ultra cool and stuff, and everyone else was just like, oh man, look at that guy, you know.
Yeah.
Is this making sense?
That's not a dream for me. That's a reality. If I ever have a child, if I ever have a child, I'm going to raise him to believe the opposite of everything.
Yeah.
And just see, and then I'm going to homeschool him and just kick him out of the house when he's 18 and see what happens. Would you feel like the best troll ever?
Welcome to the Dorks Deduction podcast, where we talk about stuff.
I think, aside from all the evil of that, I think kicking him out of the house anyway at 18 is going to make him fat anyway because of the depression.
Well, kicking him out of the house at 18, that's when people are supposed to move out, aren't they? They're supposed to go off and do their own thing. They're adults.
True.
I'm the only one that moved out, aren't I?
Do that.
You are.
Oh,
Perhaps
Joseph
you could learn from
Fritzl.
his lesson, you know.
Well, should Joseph Fritzl inspire me to keep my children at home?
Yeah.
I need to build a basement.
He's an inspiration to us all.
Yeah.
I need a basement.
I've always wanted some sort of dungeon, but not like a sex dungeon, just like,
I would make it like a cinema.
I would want the sex dungeon.
You would want the sex, phallic chairs and
to
stuff
take
like
all
that.
your victims to.
Just torture yourself. No victims. Just come on in.
Basically,
Come
like
on
an S&M dungeon.
You could make it like a little tourist attraction, even on like a road out of nowhere. Like, come on down to my sex dungeon. We'll have a cup of tea.
Yeah, I'm not big on the tea.
Have a cup of tea.
No, I wouldn't have the tea. I'd just get straight to then. Yeah.
Straight to Horlicks. Right.
Yeah.
Oh, boy. Oh,
Do
Yorkshire
you want to know
porn.
what?
Yorkshire porn. Who are? You're going straight to Horlicks, aren't you? Oh, you raw, dirty boy.
See, Tarmin, why do you have to take it to the creepy stuff so early on?
I don't know. It's a natural talent. Do you want to know what I spent 20 minutes of my life doing today?
Go on. Oh.
I stared at a spider for about 10 minutes, just wondering if it was radioactive. And then for the next 10 minutes, I was wondering whether I should let him bite me. so I would become infected with his whatever powers he'd give me. I know what powers he's going to give me, and so my life would be worth living.
I know where this is leading up to, this little segue.
Do you?
Ant-Man. Oh, my gosh.
No, Spider-Man.
Oh, yes, that would have been the logical choice. I got the insect connection going anyway.
That was, like, you ruined that segue, Chris.
So Spider-Man isn't about a spider and a man having sex, and they kind of produce a
Unfortunately
Spider-Man
not.
hybrid kind of...
If you go into YouPorn, you might be able to find that.
It's actually about a teenage boy going to school, and he likes to, photographer. He's a photographer, and he works for
Photographer.
what's that guy's name?
Photographer.
Oh, what's the guy's name that plays Jameson?
J.K. Simmons.
J.K. Simmons. Except nowadays it's not J.K. Simmons, and there's not even really a Jameson. It's kind of,
There is no Jameson yet. It's been rebooted.
Oh, and not even Andrew Garfield again anymore.
No, they're completely rebooting it. It's like going to be Asa Butterfield or someone, one of the really, really young kids.
But it's still British though, isn't it?
To quote a letter of the alphabet, why?
I don't know.
They should probably get one of the N-Dubs or the Rizzle Kicks to play the next Spider-Man. And it really bring out that urban teenage angst.
Spider-Man should come from Hackney. That's all I'm saying. Okay, so listeners, this is not idle chit-chat because it is our second Marvel week sort of thing.
We've pre-thought about every one of these shit comments that we're making. We've spent all night coming up with a script. It's all premeditated, even that stutter.
Even all the ums and ahs that I spend an hour editing out.
It's all
That's all premeditated.
It's method acting.
Okay.
We like to kind of, make a intelligent and thoughtful podcast, don't we?
Oh,
Yeah, about sex dungeons and Horlicks.
I'll say thoughtful.
Yeah.
Half the time I don't know what I'm thinking, but...
We were 5 minutes into it and you already started talking about sex dungeons and Joseph Fritzl.
Hey, come on,
Yeah, Tarbin, you should have brought him up, really.
Okay, anyway, hopefully this podcast will go out before Ant-Man comes out because we're really delayed in uploading these things.
Oh, yes.
But you most definitely would have watched Age of Ultron by now.
You've got to treat it like a time capsule. Like, these are episodic vignettes of a moment in time. And people are just digging them up on the internet and going, wow, look at what people were like back then, before Ultron. It's amazing. Look at the excitement they have of this film that came out.
How excited were we? You know what? The reason we're doing Marvel Week 2 is because of Matt, really, to be honest. Because he was so upset that he missed out last time.
Yeah.
Because Annie really wanted... Annie really wanted to be involved last time, so she tricked Matt into going munting. So she could take his space. So that's why we're doing it, because...
Now.
What?
I really don't like Annie now.
Me neither. She's psychotic, really.
I know.
She cornered me in an alley once, and she cut me.
She cornered my alley once as well.
Sometimes I wake up and she's just hovering over me.
Oh, that's all right. She's just making
That's
sure
not
you're
too
safe,
bad, yeah.
that's all. In the
Our
dark.
faces are like an inch away from each other.
That's just making sure, so... You can't be too careful.
You had something
She's
in your
actually
eye.
downstairs right now, so maybe I should keep it down. Oh, yeah, maybe we should keep it down because we're all together.
Yeah.
Yeah. I hope I don't stomp on this floor and she hears it from the ceiling. Genuine.
Right. So, Matthew, what did you think about Avengers Age of Ultron?
I
Oh, God, that silence.
Hesitation.
thought
God.
it was a wonderful film.
Yeah, what part did you like best?
The bit where the Ultron got avenged.
Yeah, the Ultron avenging was marvellous.
Yeah, I mean, I've always wanted to see Ultrons get avenged, and I got my wish.
My second question is, Matt, what's an Ultron?
An Ultron is an on, which is ultra.
We'll go back to Ultron.
The thing is, you can't fault that logic. It's true to a degree.
It's Ultra.
I'm a very logical person.
Yeah.
It's what I'm
Very
made for.
Yeah, Matt, you do realise that Chris made that joke in the first Marvel podcast?
Really?
Oh,
Yeah, the exact same
we came
one.
in from different angles, though, Matt. It's all good. It's all fresh stuff.
So, was I the only one that was actually pretty disappointed about it?
No, you weren't. I've kept my views to myself. I kept them especially for this. I did not... then again, I didn't buy into the hype either, and I still came out fairly disappointed. I didn't watch a trailer. I've been trying to do that recently, and it makes it very hard when you go to the cinema and they have the pre-trailers. But I thought that the film itself was only good in a few points. There wasn't as many memorable scenes as the first one. It was definitely a crowd pleaser, the first one. The second one was more of a geek pleaser, like cameo galore.
It seemed like an advert for all the other phases that are about to come.
Pretty much, yeah. I mean, and a big booster seat for the new Avengers as well. I mean, it's like a little cornerstone for marketing the new characters that are going to come, setting up for more stuff. S.H.I.E.L.D. lasted, didn't it? Fucking S.H.I.E.L.D.
Yeah, I didn't... How is S.H.I.E.L.D. still on?
I mean, like...
S.H.I.E.L.D. don't exist.
No, like, fucking Nick Fury comes out of nowhere. That's another thing about this film. They always they have this thing where they introduce a character who's like an old face, but you hear their voice off screen, and they're like, oh, we're in trouble. Not on my fucking what? And he looks at the other screen. Oh, it's Samuel. Oh, Nick. How you doing, mate? Hey. And it happens about, 3 times where they introduce an old character and he's like, hey, you remember me? Yeah, I remember you. Shit. How you doing, son? And it's always...
I haven't seen you for 2 whole movies.
Yeah, how you been? If we had Magneto, this film would be 10 minutes long rather than 2 hours. Like,
I know.
fuck.
Magneto is the Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver's father.
Exactly. I mean...
So if only Fox weren't arseholes
Yeah.
and gave the rights back and let Magneto be in the film, it'll be over in 10 minutes, and then we could have witty banter like the party scene at the beginning.
Fox almost destroyed a city, okay? Because of their withholding of Magneto. So,
Yeah.
Oh, man, if it was real Marvel, like, I don't care what metal he is, he's still metal, all right? But one thing I really liked about that film was the inclusion of the Vision and his banter. Yes, banter
I
with
love the
Ultron.
Vision.
Yeah,
Hacking
and I
banter.
really enjoyed, spoiler to a degree, I suppose, but I really loved the last talk between them when they're discussing humanity.
He's such an honourable guy, and I've never wanted to do... He's not even really a physical man. He's like a machine. He's artificial intelligence. It's the first time I've ever fancied artificial intelligence.
Are we talking
Okay.
about me or the film?
You're not even normal intelligence.
Oh, thanks.
You're Seattle intelligence.
What is it with you in Seattle?
Fraser Crane is a psychologist, and he is the best one in the world. As
Have you ever had a very bad night's sleep in Seattle?
Matt, guess who else is a psychologist?
Do you get the
I
joke?
watched a Tom Hanks film, and
What, Sleepless in Seattle?
Yes.
Brilliant.
Yes. That-
Matt, guess
that's
who
what I'm here
else
for.
is... guess who else is a psychiatrist?
I don't know. You?
Hannibal.
Hannah? Oh, yeah, he is, isn't he?
yeah,
Yeah.
of course.
Yeah, I was watching the
Oh.
new episode today, so
Yeah,
don't piss
shut
me
up,
off or
Tom.
I'll tell you what happens.
Shut up.
Yeah,
Otherwise,
so
I'm
just
quitting
behave.
this podcast.
You're quitting.
I'll walk out, even though... Yeah, I'll walk out the
You
room that
can't
we're
see-
all in.
Just a quick question about that Hannibal series. I haven't actually seen it, but is he just like the Anthony Hopkins Hannibal, or does he have his own quirks? Or
Oh, he's much better than the Anthony Hopkins.
oh,
Yeah.
really?
And he's really, really sexy as well. And he makes me want to eat human beings.
Well, I'll one of those points I'll take in hand. But yeah, I really want to get into that series. It looks really really smart as well. Like it's not just being slopped
It's
together.
beautiful.
He's like the Ainsley Harriott of the cannibal world.
Oh, now
Yeah.
you've sold me.
No, but seriously, it is actually genuinely aesthetically beautiful. Like the way the death scenes are and the killing scenes. Because there's this thing, the character Will Graham, he sort of replays it in his mind, and we see it from his point of view. And it looks marvellous, all the deaths. And I sound so creepy.
Hey, look, we've talked about murder. It's fine, you know.
Okay.
Time to oil up. Anyway,
Anyway, we're supposed to be talking about Marvel.
so yeah, you see my point. I liked Vision. I really loved
I think we all liked Vision, didn't we? We turned to each other and said we really liked the Vision.
Yeah, I think we actually talked to each other in the actual theatre, even though we were getting into it. I really impressed how they didn't make him look silly, considering what Vision looks like. I thought it was like Thor's wings on his helmet and Captain America's wings on his
Yeah.
helmet. I thought, how are they going to get away with this? But they didn't actually take anything away
That's
like
what
they
I
did with those
thought
two.
as well.
Yeah, it was. James Spader's voice is just. Yes, yeah.
Is he the
It's
one
no
in
Tom
Secretary?
Hiddleston.
The one that likes
Yeah.
spanking Maggie Gyllenhaal.
No, I don't think that's him.
Is that
Is
someone
it?
else?
Boston Legal and
He's a TV actor.
he
He's
is
in
in
Blacklist
Secretary.
as well.
I remember he is in Secretary. Yes, yes.
He's the boss, isn't he?
He is. Yeah.
Oh.
man. Yeah.
Okay.
I remember that
Yeah.
voice now. But yeah,
He has a nice voice, but it's not Tom Hiddleston, is it?
it's not Tom Hiddleston, but you take
There
him.
is no scene with the Hulk smashing Ultron and it being hilarious.
No, I think with Tom Hiddleston, part of Loki's charm is he's powerful, but he has vulnerability. And when Hulk is able to just do... Because he's like a squishy mage. Like, he's got all these soldiers around him. He's got this magic. Once you actually get him, though, he's kind of fucked. Ultron is like their bruiser. The one that, he pretty much... He's a tactical genius, and he can raise all these robots out of nowhere. What is his downfall, though? It's pretty much his limited
Water?
ability.
What if it rains?
Good point. We never covered that, did we?
No, we didn't. What if it rains? Ultron would just be fucked.
Fucking hell, Ultron.
If he had tried to attack London, he would have been gone within 5 seconds because it would have pissed down on him.
No, you don't understand. That's true, but the Fantastic Four would have been there anyway, and they would have protected us, and we would have been fine.
The Fantastic Four and the Avengers never fucking come... Actually, no, Thor was in London and in Ragnarok, in the Dark World. So, yeah, I
you
take
go.
my point
It
back.
happened,
No, but the nice part of London, he was in Greenwich for crying out loud.
It took place in the university that Will goes to.
Yeah, I know.
It's kind of cool.
Because they
actually.
film a lot of stuff there.
Yeah.
I went there for an open day. They were doing Sherlock Holmes. They were filming Sherlock Holmes, so they'd cornered off some of it.
That is
and
pretty
we
cool.
saw, like, Rachel McAdams and stuff, but I didn't see Guy Ritchie or Robert Downey Jr., so...
Closest I've ever been to a film set is down my road, where they used to shoot the bill, because they have a police station there. And then it ended, and that was my, end of my climb to fame. And I was like, shit, I'm not going to be boy number 6 now. I've got to travel further to get to some sort of shoot. Then they had the Bourne Supremacy. What was it, Ultimatum? That was shot in Waterloo. And I thought,
Ultimatum.
Here's my next chance. Oh, no, they've shot the film, too late. And then they're doing Star Wars in, where is it?
They've already filmed it.
Well, there goes the third shot. So, there we go.
Yeah, but a lot of the Marvel stuff's being filmed in London now, because I'm guessing they get some sort of a tax break. Because The Dark World was filmed in London. Age of Ultron was filmed in London. Doctor Strange is going to be filmed in London.
Oh, that's cool. Doctor Strange is getting a film. Nice.
Yeah, in 2000, November 2016.
Oh, that should be good. I'll watch that.
So I'm most definitely going to be watching that.
London's
Matt,
been really
you're
good for
really
us.
quiet for some reason.
You all right?
Yeah. Well, I got to see the BBC game show The Edge being filmed. That's my claim
Oh
to
yeah,
fame.
I went with you. I forgot.
Yeah, there was that woman who liked the bus timetables.
Okay, so...
I do have one
Matt,
question. Do Ultrons not have umbrellas or something?
Well, not that I was aware of. We didn't see any umbrellas.
Would that just not solve the problem?
They have a massive problem with Disney influences where they can't... somewhere down the line, when Tony was programming Ultron, he must have uploaded the whole Pinocchio film, because that robot sings Pinocchio. And you think to yourself, oh, yeah, sure, it's fun. I know Tony Stark loves his pop culture and little gimmicks, but, he's actually actively inserted Ultron to like Pinocchio.
No, but the thing is, couldn't Ultron, once he's become Ultron, just download all the information that there is in the world? And that would be the script of Pinocchio and the music as well.
Christ,
He'd have
of
all that
course.
information.
There you go, yeah.
He'd have all that information just like that.
Sorry about that. I forgot he does. I remember he absorbs, Jarvis. But I forgot
But he
that
could
didn't
absorb
have-
everything anything he wants.
Is he just
That's the
like
problem I
Wikipedia,
have with that film.
One of the problems with that also is that you think to yourself, if you can absorb all that information, battle tactics and whatnot, somehow you feel maybe he should have been a bit more godly, or, I don't know, maybe more unstoppable, I don't know how, but it just seems like if he's got
He
all
should
the
have been.
information
That would have been more realistic. That's
Yeah.
the problem I have with this film. It's too realistic until the end.
until the end when they group together and the power of love takes him down.
Yeah, no, it's too realistic because that could actually happen. Ultron could happen. We're always playing with artificial intelligence. I still firmly believe that the machines will take over.
Yeah.
But our only problem is we don't have any super-powered freaks to save us.
Well,
So that's the only unrealistic bit, is that the Avengers wouldn't win.
no, that's true. Especially with some of these. I mean, they're more grown up than some superhero films. They've actually learned to cooperate with each other. You know, a smirky
Yeah, that was
comment
the
there,
point
that's
of this
fine.
one, really.
But I don't know what it is, but they somehow still feel like school kids. Like when Quicksilver and Scarlet Witch come in, they join up with them quite quickly. Actually, I must admit. No, wait, I'm thinking of number one. They acted fine in this one. They were all working together. But one thing, they kill off that Hydra guy. You know, this guy who's been in the mythos for quite a while now, real quick in the first scene.
Yeah.
And it's okay. Goodbye. I mean, he was quite a useful character to be. You know. It's useful to have a villain that doesn't have any redeeming qualities or moral standpoints. Like, he's an ex-Nazi, he's a Hydra guy, he sacrifices his own men. You kind of need those characters, man, like, to even shit out. I mean, Ultron, he still has a sort of redeeming quality in the fact that he was created by Tony and he's trying to better humanity or something. Is that his
In his own
aim?
sick way, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it has some sort of goal, right? And I remember there was a philosopher that said something about, in everyone's story, no one sets out to be the villain. Everyone is the hero of their own story, right? So no one actively goes out one day and says, yeah, I'm going to be the villain. You know, their own goal is that they're thinking about something. You know, they're thinking... Even, and I'm sorry to say this, but even Hitler, in his own mind, thought, I'm doing something because I feel this is necessary for something, if that makes sense.
Yeah, that is
What he
true.
did was fucking horrible, but in his
But
mind...
he thought he was doing a service to the community.
He was doing some sort of service to humanity or something. I don't know. Very extreme service, yeah. But you know what I mean? It's like no one actively goes out one day and says, I'm going to destroy this planet because that's who I am. I am the villain today.
Unless it's a Michael Bay movie, but we know they don't really have storylines or any sense of any intelligence anywhere in that film.
I did like the Ninja Turtles, but the villain was... they have a massive build-up for this villain. I won't keep you on it. And then it's, like, very epic, and you find out his whole plot is, because we're going to make everyone sick so that we can sell them medical treatment for money. And you're like, wow, really? Your big accomplishment is money? And it's really a bit... It just cheapens a villain when it's
It's
something
Michael
like that.
Bay, it's money, explosions, and boobs. That's all.
Yeah, that's true.
I much prefer Michael Bolton to Michael Bay.
I do as well.
Same.
I prefer Michael Bublé to them both.
Oh, Michael
Nah.
Bublé. The one yank
His
I
smooth
can wank.
tunes.
Michael Bolton.
The one guy you what?
The
Michael
one
Bolton
yank I
did.
can wank.
What? Ooh. Oh, yeah. Yeah,
What was that noise?
but Michael Bolton did Can I Touch You There? I mean, that's a brilliant song.
I love how whenever you speak, it's got nothing to do with Marvel.
Yeah, well, I don't know anything
Whatsoever.
about it, so I can't really...
Sure you do, you're the biggest fan there is.
Okay, the one
Me
thing-
and
the
Chris
one-
are the impartial ones.
Okay, the one thing I do know about Marvel, or Age of Ultron, is that Nick Clegg was in it.
Oh yeah, is this damn... Oh yeah, you got that information from us, yeah.
Oh, yeah, well, yeah.
Well, he is, Matt.
I'm sure that's reliable.
He is. He did wonderful, wonderfully horrible things in that. He killed all the students.
Bastard.
That's it.
When they introduce... when Ultron looks over and he has to join forces with the Avengers because of all of a sudden the Coalition shows up in a massive lead blimp and, you know, all of a sudden Ultron has to redeem himself with the Avengers and they all fight together to take down this massive Coalition blimp. And Nick Clegg's there with his plasmas and his rifles and shit. And they kidnap the Tesseract.
David Cameron's there with his bike.
Cameron's there, but only on screen form because you know he's coming in Avengers 3. And he's like the bigger bad. You know, Clegg is like the fire shield, right? You know, played by Matthew McConaughey. And he literally steals the show with that voice, you know? Crikey. Marvel's up in its game now. Taking brave steps right there.
Yeah.
You know what? I probably prefer to see that movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm really
Whistle.
wanting to see this film now.
Oh, man. Hey, look. See it. Believe it.
Nick Clegg
And,
brings all the milkshake to the yard.
Oh, he brings it all. You know, if you'd seen it before the
It's
voting...
vanilla milkshake, though. Come on.
Oh, yeah. I heard a rumour that Farage makes an appearance in the third one. But,
Ooh.
He kills me off.
yeah.
He's only got one ball, you know.
I know,
Does
yeah.
he? So actually, if I try to knee him in the balls, I might miss.
He stole it from the Abbott Hall.
Well, you've got to make sure you get the right side.
Which ball is missing?
I'm not
that's
quite.
the secret,
I'm not quite privy
you know.
to that information just yet. But you give me some time, and
What use are you, Matthew? What use?
I have not had my head down near Farage's balls. That's the.
I don't believe it for a second.
That wasn't part of the election campaign.
Okay. Matt, should we talk about something that you might understand? I don't know. Like, you don't know anything that happened in the film, or any films whatsoever. Do you know anything about Marvel as a whole?
I can remember Thor's hammer.
It's a marvellous hammer.
I know he uses his hammer from time to time. Hammer time. And the Hulk's in Avengers, isn't he?
Yeah. Luther Rigno, that's the one.
And that's as far as my knowledge goes. I can't really remember the first film.
So you genuinely know nothing?
Yeah, genuinely.
Do you know anything about the company? Or any of the films that they do?
Not really. I might recognise the names, but nothing more than that.
So, listeners, this is going to be a short podcast.
Aren't there's a couple of things on TV or something that they're doing? Isn't it? So like Flash or something.
Oh God, no.
Is
Flash
that so
is
different?
DC.
Oh right.
Flash is DC. Flash is fucking awesome.
All right,
Flash is like the best TV show on American television right now. You have to watch it.
Matt, I'm going to give you a quick mini quiz. Okay.
Okay.
And I'll say a character, and you say either Marvel or DC. Okay. Captain America.
Marvel,
Correct. Batman.
DC,
Mundo, yes. Okay. Hawkeye.
Hawkeye.
Oh, this one's going to be difficult.
I don't know. I would have thought that was a website, but I don't know actually. Marvel.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Bullseye.
Oh, is that a villain?
Yep.
Bullseye.
Think Colin Farrell. Or don't if...
I don't
yeah,
know.
because it's terrible, but don't.
Is that DC?
Almost.
By the way, I'm keeping score.
Superman.
DC.
Yeah. As long as
Enchantress.
you know those ones are, you're fine.
Yeah.
Don't worry.
Enchantress.
You what?
Enchantress.
I don't have a clue who she is.
She's a supervillain in Thor.
Marvel then.
Yes.
Hey.
I'm going to try... Let's think of some harder ones.
Oh.
Electro.
Electro. There's Pokemon in it.
You get a point just for referencing Pokemon, to
I
be
think
honest.
that's quite genius.
Yeah.
Yeah, you get a point for that.
Brainiac.
Brainiac. That's Richard Hammond.
That is true.
Do I get
He has
paid
a show
points
called
for that?
Brainiac. I used to watch
Brainiac.
it.
Is that Marvel or
Ooh,
DC?
I'm afraid not.
Or, yeah,
No.
so it's DC then.
Yeah. Electabuzz.
I've got no idea. DC?
Well, actually, that one was Pokemon. I thought I'd throw a little curveball
That's why I
there.
went so quiet. I'm just like, I don't know that one. Who's that one?
Oh, brilliant. That was a fun little quiz right there, Matt. But
Yeah.
Oh, you got 4 right and
Yeah.
you got 4 wrong.
as long as you know the big wigs, that's what really counts, because no one cares about
I know a
Agents
bit
of
about
S.H.I.E.L.D.
Batman because my sister's ex-person used to read a lot of the comics. So I kind of vaguely know a little bit about that.
Do you know that his parents are dead? Because I think that's what everyone knows.
Yeah,
I think you're a bit like him.
Yeah, I should do.
I think they cover that in every single film, don't they? I mean,
Yeah, like his parents' deaths are the most depicted in media.
even Batman and Robin with Arnold Schwarzenegger has a moment all to itself about the deaths of his family. Like it's almost like a running theme. They have to have that darkness in there, you know. Batman can't just be
thing is,
running about
everyone
Adam
knows.
West style.
Everyone knows now.
In Adam West's Batman, you know, the old TV series, did they ever reference his mum and dad in that? Because that seems a bit out of place.
I don't know. That was before I was born.
Is there ever, you know, it's quite a bumpy show, and then is there ever a dark episode where they go, oh, fuck off, dick. I'm mourning this episode, you know.
No, I think it's pure camp. Oh, before I forget, can I just apologise for the last Marvel episode that we did? because we were talking about all the different Chris's that were on in the Marvel universe, and I referenced Chris from Daredevil. I was wrong. His name's Charlie.
Ooh.
His name's Charlie Cox, and I was
Betrayal.
so incorrect. And I don't know why I said it, but I did.
Well,
It's Charlie Cox, and he's a Brit, actually. He's British.
I know someone else that might want to talk to you about that. I have a friend in the next room, and he's been waiting eagerly to meet you guys. Another guest, if you will. Would you like to meet him?
Yes, please.
I suppose
Yeah.
so.
Yeah? All
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
You guys wait there. I'll be back in a second.
Ooh.
Come on in.
Okay.
Take a seat, man. Go on.
Hello.
And,
I can see your face, but I don't know who you are.
I think you guys know The Rock.
I smelt him from the other room.
Oh, look at
That's
him.
not what he was cooking.
When, as soon as he said that, he gave his trademark eyebrow look. Say something, man. Go
That
on.
raised eyebrow, that fish hook eyebrow is brilliant.
Say something, man. What the fuck's wrong with you?
Okay, so would you like us to call...
Have you
do you have a
oiled
cough as
yourself
well?
Oh, yeah. You met
Chris,
Hemsworth,
you need to stop
You've been hanging out with Hemsworth,
making them
haven't you?
stay over.
Hey, look, I get a virus, and I can't help it if they love to hang out with me for a while, all right? And look, I'm sorry, man, all right? I had this the other day, right? And now he's got it. And it's fucking coincidental. We spent a lot of money on this, right? And okay, mate, you just sit there.
Okay, so do you want us to call you Dwayne or The Rock? You don't care? Oh, okay.
Yeah, all right. Yeah, good. Do you want a cup of water? All right. On your own time. Cover your mouth. Well, folks, we've got The Rock here. He's not exactly talking right now, but I tell you
He
what.
is giving us a gun show, though.
Oh, look at him kissing his muscle. He's throwing some eyebrows out there. So every now and then, if you hear a witty comment, just picture him giving that trademark look in your mind, and you're getting the very same experience we are here.
Yeah.
He's also wearing shorts like Hemsworth as well. I don't know what it is with celebrity big muscles and shorts. It's kind of cute.
It's because you put it in their contract to come on the show. You want them in the shorts.
I know. So I'm going to throw these questions out because obviously they're useless. So I'm just putting these
Can we just all have a turn and saying, do you smell what The Rock is cooking?
here. Go on.
Okay, who wants to go? Matt, I say you go first.
Can you smell what the Rock is cooking?
Oh, look at him smile. Oh.
That's just like the worst.
Hey, The Rock.
Wow.
You
How
didn't
you
even
meant to
roll
say
the
it?
L's. Do you smell what The Rock is cooking?
We had to sit back for that. He's quite impressed.
And Chris?
Can you smell what The Rock is cooking?
That's a song.
Okay, yeah. Then,
I know who Dwayne likes most, and it's me.
Yeah.
He was genuinely my favourite. I'm sorry, you were genuinely my favourite wrestler growing up when I had to watch it with my brothers. You were the only reason, my brother, you were the only reason I did to sit through it. So, thank you for that. I liked Rikishi as well.
Mr. Rock, I only know you from those annoying memes on Facebook, so
When he turns round in the back of a taxi.
yeah, that kind of thing.
Okay.
Oh, you didn't mean
You
it.
haven't even watched The Tooth Fairy? My God,
You
that
didn't
was
mean
like
it.
Oscar gold.
Come back.
Was it?
You just offended him, Matt.
Fuck's sake,
Why?
Matt.
He's just walked off because of you.
Oh well, you know, I just don't, you know, I don't care.
We always end up
I'm just
offending
like that,
celebrities.
you know.
We're like
Right.
Jiminy
Every
Glick.
time we meet someone new, you piss them off.
Like Julian
Or you
Perry
creep
or
'em
something,
out.
like- Oh,
Or
well.
both.
It's a
But
talent of mine, all right? You know, he shouldn't be so sensitive. These stars, they're just too sensitive. Sensitive, not sensitive.
You saw
Sensitive.
He can see you, Matt. He heard you say
I thought
that.
he walked out the room.
No,
He
he's there.
came back.
Oh, fuck.
Well,
Look,
tell him to stop crying and, you know, man up.
I think he wants a hug. I feel like if I hugged him, it would be like I would be engulfed in concrete.
Yeah, but you stop him crying.
Yeah, I'll give him a hug. Come here, Dwayne.
Oh.
You going to get any oil on you or something?
It's fine. I'm oily anyway.
So, yeah, I got you on the show, Rocky Pops, and I didn't realise that you weren't in Marvel. I actually got it all wrong. I meant to get Ruffalo, but you're such a big thing at the moment with San Andreas, and I thought, let's get you on anyway, because everyone loves you. Ruffalo
Apart
turned me
from
down,
me.
by the way. Turns out he's a prick. So...
Hey. We do not diss the Ruffalo. He turned you down. He'd never turn me down.
Is that some kind of animal?
You know what? I'll tweet him and ask him to come on the show, and he will. In, say, about 4 episodes' time, Ruffalo will
Well,
be
you
on.
trick him, and I'll come in later on, and we'll see him smile then, you know. I mean, I made one comment on Saturday Night Live, and he's just pissed, okay?
What is a
It's a joke.
Ruffalo?
Mark Ruffalo. He played the Hulk.
Oh, right.
He's
Hulk.
the one that Hulk smashed Loki.
Oh.
He's actually one of my favourites in that film.
You know what, Ruffalo, it would have been quite good to have him on the show. No offence, Dwayne. It would be quite good to have him on the show just to talk about the technology of it and the mocap, because I've always been intrigued by mocap.
I thought that was... I dig the Hulk in these films. He's
I love the Hulk.
He's like he's amazingly... Like, it's very... Not very rare, but it's great when you get an intimidating character who's also, like, the comic relief. But Iron Man's fine, but the Hulk has some sort of personality to his face. You know, when he sniffs, a brilliant moment when he punches Thor. Yeah, he's just perfect as a character, you know? And also, he evens out the team so well.
But he went off at the end of this one.
Yeah, I know. But he'll be back, right? You can't not have
He
Hulk.
better be. He
Ruffalo.
better be.
Come on,
Everyone's in Civil War but Ruffalo, apparently, and Nick Fury. Literally,
Yeah, I
all
think
of them-
in
that's
Civil
like-
War,
that-
though, isn't...
Civil War is basically Avengers 3, isn't it?
Civil War, Nick Fury goes into hiding, I think.
I think Nick Fury, it doesn't seem like he'll be in any of the upcoming films
It depends.
until Avengers.
How much of Civil
Because-
War are they actually going to put into film?
What?
Like, are they going to have the whole Iron Man on one side, Captain America on the other? That bit?
Yeah, no, but Samuel L. Jackson confirmed that he's not going to be in Civil War.
Oh, really?
And I don't really see him popping up in Ant-Man or any of the other films that are coming up for the next Avengers film.
Paul
So
Rudd.
we're not going to have Nick Fury for a while.
But we will have Paul Rudd. And what do you think of that in Ant-Man?
You know, I find it quite intriguing because Paul Rudd isn't really the type of guy that you would have seen in a comic book film.
Not really, no.
But he's a lovable guy.
He is.
So you always get engrossed by him when he is on screen. You just want to watch him. He's like the guy next door that you have a
Yeah.
chat with every now and then. He's
He's really nice. I still see him as Mike from Friends, to be honest.
I still see him as Cher's stepbrother from Clueless.
Oh, my God, I forgot he was in that. Oh, my God, brilliant.
Oh God, the clothes in that film were brilliant.
Cher is brilliant.
So Matt, what do you think about having Paul Rudd as Ant-Man?
And Cher.
Who's he playing?
Ant-Man?
Ant-Man.
His
giant...
name's
Is that an ant that
He can shrink
he can shrink?
into the size of an
and he
ant,
can command ants.
Ooh,
and he eats people alive.
that's quite a superpower to have.
Stop flexing, Rock.
Don't stop flexing, Rock. I quite like watching it.
Flex one arm on her side. That's fine.
That hug was nice, by the way, Rock. Or Dwayne. I'll call you Dwayne. That hug was nice.
Oh, you've got his attention now when you said that. He's not going to stop winking at you.
I'm okay with it.
And I'm getting his evil eyes. Shit. Matt's the one that insulted
I'm
you.
getting
man.
his third eye. That's what I'm getting.
You have a third eye?
Innuendo.
Wow. Just wow. Where were we? Okay. What other films are coming out? Oh, we've got Doctor Strange as well. Like I said, it's coming out next year. Are you looking forward to that?
Yeah, I mean, I really enjoy when Marvel deviates from the norm now and does something different, you know? They've taken their gamble with Guardians of the Galaxy. That paid off. And I really enjoy Chris Pratt. He's become a megastar out there. Loved him in Parks and Recreation. I love watching that religiously. Doctor Strange. Who's playing Doctor Strange?
Benedict Cumberbatch.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Oh,
All
it's
right.
going to be awful then. It's going to be awful.
Hey! My voice just cracked when I had said that, but hey.
Hey.
You leave him alone.
Yeah, I can see that.
He's a marvellous actor. I think
Does he
he'd
get
be able to pull it
marvellous,
off.
yeah?
But personally, I wanted Keanu Reeves.
Oh,
but that
Keanu
didn't
Reeves.
happen.
Have you seen John Wick?
No, I want to.
Ooh,
it's
like-
getting a sequel, isn't it? It's getting a
it's been
sequel.
greenlighted already. It's like Jennifer Aniston in Horrible Bosses, back on form and with a vengeance, right? It's amazing.
You know what? Keanu Reeves, he was never off form,
He was
okay?
never
He's
off.
always been fucking Keanu
He
Reeves.
kept that shit subdued since Bill and Ted. And he thought,
He's brilliant.
then I'm going to start acting. You know, when people start calling me wooden, then I'll start acting. And it'll be like a second coming, except I never left. You know, he played that shit smart, and we love him for it. And he still looks great, man. He knows the secret to not aging.
He looks absolutely fan-fucking-tastic.
Yeah, it's almost creepy, actually.
Yeah, it's like he's ageless.
Yeah.
Listen, listeners. Right, I'm a massive Benedict Cumberbatch fan. The guys will tell you it's true. But I was campaigning for Keanu Reeves to be Doctor Strange. So I'm not disappointed because I like Benedict Cumberbatch, but I wanted Keanu Reeves.
A question about that. Is he going to grow the little goatee and beard? And no, not
He
beard,
has
but like the
to,
little
he has
tash?
to, doesn't he?
Now, I think that
has
looks
to.
much better on Keanu Reeves' little tash and goatee. And he just looks strange, in a way. His eyes, you know, they're more mysterious.
Keanu Reeves?
Yeah, his eyes are more mysterious and deep, you know. Benedict
I'd
Cumberbatch.
say Benedict Cumberbatch, he is an odd-looking handsome. Like, you don't know why he's handsome, but he's sort of alienish, not in a bad way, but it's a different kind of handsome.
Definitely
He looks a
alienish,
bit different.
I think the
Yeah,
more
his
curly
eyes
his
seem
hair
a
is,
bit-
the more I want to push him away. But yeah, I definitely see it. They are very unique-looking actors. I'll say that.
But yeah, no, I've loved Keanu Reeves almost as long as I loved Dwayne Johnson. So I actually did an essay in uni about the male gaze. No, I started talking about the female gaze, and I did about 1,000 words just on Keanu Reeves wearing that white T-shirt in Speed. Genuinely, I almost failed that essay.
Serious.
Yeah, that's like the worst mark I've ever... Well, I didn't almost fail, but it's the worst mark I got that whole year.
But it's a
Because they were just like, I think you got a bit too distracted and off topic along here. I was like, so do I.
You think it's a
So do
testament to
I.
your passion for it.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, but the thing is, I made loads of examples, and Keanu Reeves was just one of them.
Yeah.
The other ones I had a couple of lines about. Keanu Reeves, paragraph after paragraph after paragraph.
I think, considering bad points of making an essay, was that your biggest blooper in an essay, would you say?
I think my biggest blooper in an essay, I did something for European cinema, but my argument is I hadn't slept for 3 nights leading up to it, and I had it due in the next day, so I was in a bit of a daze when writing it, and then I had my feedback, and she was just like, well, this essay would have been a lot better if you just used this question. You didn't even need to change much, you could have just used this question. As it stands, no. I pretty much failed that one. I got like a D.
I can understand that, but I once made a really stupid movement where I don't know why I did it, and it's what you said, the whole... I was very tired, it was very late, and I was desperate to just get it done. You did the Divas course with us,
Yeah,
didn't you?
Vamps,
Lolitas
and
and Divas, you know, 1920s and 30s stars, and I put a Batman quote in the essay. I don't know why I did it, and it was a very weird choice. I put that quote, you know, talking about divas, how they die early, like, what's her name? Judy Garland, who played Dorothy. Yeah. She died early, but she became like a martyr figure for, you know, feminine rights and stuff. And I made the quote, you either live long enough, you die a hero or live long enough to see yourself become the villain. Harvey Dent from Dark Knight. And I was like, in the fucking, you know, Tramps, Vamps and Lolitas from 1930s. I don't know why I put it in, but I was like, fuck it, it works.
I shit you not. Like, you know, a lot of the time when I'm looking for quotations, I just find any random quote and plop it in.
Yeah.
I did that once and then realised, oh, that quote was from one of our lecturers. She's going to know exactly what she was talking about at this point in time.
And you think to yourself, maybe it will humble her that I've used her knowledge to enrich
it's like,
my
no, she's probably going to be angry because of the way I used it.
Ian especially got angry at that stuff. Like, you just don't quite... You hear what he says, but you word it yourself so that you understand it. You know, he doesn't like people just writing shit down that's been repeated. This guy I'm talking about is a lecturer from one of our universities, guys.
He's brilliant. He's lovely and amazing.
He plays saxophone.
Yeah.
Brilliant guy. Brilliant.
Oh, God, we've gone so far off topic. We're talking about our personal life. No one cares about that.
To round it off...
To round it off, Benedict Cumberbatch is hot, but Keanu Reeves is also hot, and I'm equally happy... What?
And if Ian was a superhero, he'd be an undercover Rorschach, but grittier.
Yeah, speaking of Rorschach, Jackie Earl Haley followed me on Twitter.
Holy shit.
When I followed him back, he unfollowed me. I got so happy when I saw that he followed me. He's one of them.
No.
Exactly. He's a famous person, but he's a follow for follow guy. Like,
that's
what the fuck?
That's like a worst dream come true. It's like he actually was Freddy Krueger and did that to you and made that dream come true.
No, but what celebrities do that? Who follows for follows? It's
Fuck,
random
man.
people that don't have any followers.
Is it an official account?
He has 15,000 followers anyway.
Is it an official account, right?
Yeah. He had 15,000 followers anyway. He didn't need to do that to me. Do you know how upset I got when I saw he'd unfollowed me?
It's definitely him that does it, that actually uses the account.
I guess so.
I wonder
It's
if it's not
verified
PR.
as his
though.
account.
It could be PR.
Well, I don't care, right? I got really upset when I saw this morning that he'd unfollowed me.
That's shocking.
And it's just like, so you know what, Jackie or Hayley, if you're listening, I don't like you anymore. I'm not watching anymore. I thought you're the worst part of Watchmen. I was about to say Whackman. Watchmen.
Rock's shaking his head. You could have words with him, couldn't you, Rock?
Yeah, you could tweet him and tell him he was being horrible to me.
Hey, Rock, you follow Tommy. That'd be nice. Yeah.
On Twitter, not
there you
in
go,
real
man.
life.
Hey, he's agreeing, man. You're cool. You're cool. You trade in
I can
Jackie,
see that
but you
he's
get
agreeing, Chris. I can see it.
Rock. We traded them in for a Rock. It's fine.
I love how I've been setting up our website recently, and I've put all our Twitter accounts down. For Matt, I've got nothing. Like nothing.
You're like
and
our
I've put down, too cool for Twitter.
Exactly. I think you described it perfectly.
Oh shit, there's one thing that we do need to discuss
Go on.
before we go off topic again, because we are going to. Spider-Man.
Of course. We forgot last time.
Yeah, the first Spider-Man in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. It's getting rebooted again for the third time in 13 years, is it? It's been 13 years since the first one, right?
Yeah.
So the third time in 13 years. I fucking liked Andrew Garfield and Emma Stone.
Andrew Garfield was all right. They got the Spider-Man just right. The Peter Parker was just too hipster for my liking.
I preferred his Peter Parker to Tobey Maguire.
Really?
Tobey Maguire, he seemed like a wet fish most of the time.
I know, but Peter Parker's meant to be all weird and
No,
geeky.
he's supposed to be, like, fun.
Yeah,
and
fun.
he's had.
I
he's
agree
supposed to
with
be
that,
fun and a wisecracker, not Tobey Maguire.
What's wrong with wet fish?
Oh God, Dwayne's cracking up. He's almost on the floor.
I didn't mind the first Tobey Maguire Spider-Man film, but I didn't really care much for the others.
I thought it was the second one that people liked the
The
most.
second one's one of my favourite Marvel films of all time. I think I like it better than, say, The Avengers, actually.
What's the one with William Dafoe in?
That's the first one, yeah.
Willem
That's the
Dafoe.
one I like.
He's in all of them, isn't he?
Well, as a
Essentially.
flashback, but essentially he is in the first
Yeah, he
one.
was the
as a
villain of the first one.
Yeah, William Dafoe's great as a crazy guy, but there are some really silly moments of it. But you can forgive it because it's one of those first films. They have that really annoying patriotic New York moment in each of them, where it's like you got to go through us if you want to get to him, America. But man, number 2 was just brilliant.
But number 3 just ruined the whole thing. And if Sam Raimi had a number 4, it would have been even worse.
Again, there were good points in number 3. I really think they handled
the
Sandman
dancing?
well. They handled Sandman brilliantly. He was a really
Yeah, but
sympathetic
they
character.
completely fucked up the origin story.
Yeah, they fucked up Venom, who, let's face it, was an add-on. They fucked up... the Hobgoblin thing. They fucked it up when the butler came at the last minute. I mean, come in a bit earlier next time. But the butler comes
he
in the
was
last
always
minute and goes,
around. What else?
those marks on his chest, they were done by him, by the way. Walks off. Of course. Poor Peter. It's like, oh, for fuck's sake. That's the biggest cop-out ever. Venom.
But, did you like the second incarnation of Spider-Man with Garfield?
To be honest, I was bored a lot of the time.
Really? Well, I thought it ran a bit too... Well, I thought the second film ran a bit too long. But I liked the cast more than I liked the cast of the first one. Apart from J.K. Simmons. I love J.K. Simmons.
J.K. Simmons is awesome.
But I
Truthfully,
like the cast better.
I think Emma Stone's wonderful. I really enjoy the fact that they've made a female that's actually smart and interesting, rather than just this undecidable girl who gets her job in, basically, what's her name, the first one, Mary Jane?
Mary Jane.
Yeah, her job was just to get pissed and look annoyed when he came late or something. And that's all she is. She's a goal for Peter, and there's nothing there. At least Emma Stone did shit,
And she's lovable.
Yeah, Gwen Stacy, man.
I loved her.
But then you've got The villains just weren't selling me. The thing about Spider-Man villains is they're not like Batman villains. They're not meant to be tragic tales of Othello and stuff. They're just up straight thugs. You know, there's nothing heroic about them. That's why I thought Sandman was quite interesting. They actually gave him a really sympathetic character. Batman always has villains with a dark past and brooding atmosphere and redeemable qualities. And yeah, Spider-Man's never been about that. It's always just quick fun. It's all fun, basically. The villains in the remake with Andrew Garfield, the lizard, I don't fucking wants to make lizard people. Really? That's your aim?
You know what? I actually like the fact that they used the lizard because they had Kurt Connors in the 3 films. They never did anything with him.
Yeah.
They fucked up his backstory. So I'm glad we at least finally got a lizard.
Actually, a little note on that. They did do something with him, but it's only in the game. But in Spider-Man 3, the game, the lizard shows up, right? But nowhere else. Not in the films.
Bit fucking late, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. That was such a missed opportunity because he actually
but
looked cool as well.
Yeah, they had him for 3 films, but he seemed like a minor character, and they changed his complete story. So there's no way that if they had made him more forefront or some involved with Peter Parker throughout the film, so he's like another father figure, like he was in The Amazing Spider-Man. Yeah. He sort of became an idol of his, and then bam, movie 3, it's the lizard.
I mean, you've
but
got.
No, he didn't have a prominent role. He was just there.
Yeah, he rubbed shoulders with Dr. Octavius. I mean, you can't. He's got a certain genius to his own. Just with the social, he's part of the villain club, basically.
Yeah.
Alfred Molina, man. I don't think anyone played a better villain.
Yeah, that was pretty brilliant.
Amazing.
I forgot Matt was here, by the way. Hi, Matt.
By lizard, do we mean Tony Blair? Is that what we're talking about?
Yes, that's exactly what we're talking about. It rounds
off the whole Nick Clegg thing right there.
Yeah.
Okay, so what about the new incarnation of Spider-Man that we are going to have?
Truthfully, in the hands of Marvel, I don't care what they do with him. They know how they want Spider-Man, so we'll see. I have no expectations. I pretty much got what I need out of Spider-Man by this point.
My problem with it is that this deal was only finalised at the beginning of this year, right? It was only a couple of months ago.
Uh-huh.
And they'd already planned out the Marvel movies until 2019.
Yeah.
How is this going to affect the Marvel movies until 2019? Is it just going to make... Yeah, it's just going to fuck it up, isn't it? It's going to fuck up the continuity. The scheduling's going to... It has already changed. They've changed dates of films that are supposed to be coming out.
Now, let's face it,
they're going to have to change the storylines to incorporate Spider-Man into them. This
is Marvel we're talking about. They have no trouble incorporating new storylines into other stuff, and they have no trouble doing it well. I mean, this company... not just that, it's backed by Disney now, you know. Another fact I found out about Disney, it's got the 4th biggest navy in the world.
They have a navy in
Disney?
Yeah,
they have a navy. I'm probably, you know, the biggest navy as in boats anyway. But they're not going to have any trouble rewriting history or rewriting what they've got planned to incorporate a big
apparently they had trouble with Age of Ultron, didn't they?
Age of Ultron? Did they? Oh, yes, they did, didn't they?
Well,
to be
the
fair,
film
though,
wasn't good.
That out
the film
9 years
wasn't
ahead.
actually great. I mean, it had its moments, but it wasn't. Like, even Joss Whedon got pissed off with them. Like, he was supposed to be promoting the film. I never actually heard him say anything good about Marvel during that promotion.
No.
The only thing I heard him say was that he was done after this film.
Marvel has a habit.
So I'm assuming he didn't have any... he had limited control. Like, the first one, I think he had a lot of control over. This one, he didn't. Well, because it's setting up the next phases.
They have a history of pissing off their employees.
They do, like Kenneth Branagh.
Well, that's why Image Comics formed, you know, with Todd McFarlane and all that back in the 90s, because they weren't getting paid for their great art, you know. It's just, Marvel have a history of doing that shit, and they don't care. I mean, they just go ahead and, as long as it makes money, you know, they treat all their staff like dicks, really. I mean, there you go. I mean, if they've already planned ahead, that's definitely Marvel CEOs talking. Like, this is what we want, this is what's going to get done. Just fill in the blanks, do the work.
Yeah, but you don't piss off Joss Whedon.
You don't.
No, you don't.
You don't piss off Kenneth Branagh. He actually was the perfect director of Thor, the 4 films. Because he's such a Shakespearean actor and a Shakespearean presence.
Yeah.
And Thor does feel like Shakespeare sometimes.
You know...
Because you've got the brotherly feud and the... getting deceived by the father. It just feels really Shakespearean.
It feels quite, like, epically tragic, in a way. I really like that.
It is a tragedy and a comedy.
And that's why I love... This is when I love Marvel, when they start doing something slightly different. But even with the plot and the setting, they even change up the whole style of what they're doing as well. Like, that's what I love. It became something kind of Shakespearean.
Yeah.
You don't piss off Wallander. That's what I'm going to say.
Orlando.
Wallander.
Oh.
Wallander.
Wallander.
I thought you said Orlando. I was like, Orlando? Did an Orlando
Bloomage?
direct one of the films? Yeah, Bloom. Why would you piss off Legolas? You just shoot with a knife.
Did you not see him slap Bieber? He slapped him.
Yes, that was brilliant. That's like the only good thing that he's done apart from Lord of the Rings and Miranda Kerr.
He walks around with arrows now. You know, he just does that in Hollywood.
No, but do you think if, like, we replaced Hawkeye with Legolas, would it make much of a difference?
To me, it would. I love Orlando. And I wouldn't even call it Hawkeye. I'd just say...
Okay, I thought you were going to say, I love Hawkeye.
No. And you wouldn't even call him Hawkeye. You just say, this team is made up of Hulk, Iron Man, Captain America, Orlando, and Black Widow. All right? He doesn't even... It's fucking Orlando Bloom. I love him, man.
Why? I don't understand it. I really don't.
I love him. He's
I'm
awesome.
a woman. I'm supposed to understand it, but I don't.
There's a scene in... one thing I really like about the first Avengers, there's a scene where they pick up Hawkeye and they fight with him. They're like... I think Iron Man says, come on, Legolas. And I was like, oh, yes!
Oh, yeah, that was brilliant.
But don't give him that much credit, because Legolas is awesome.
I don't know. He ruined Pirates of Caribbean for me.
I think everyone ruined Pirates of the Caribbean.
I think once you took Legolas out of the elf ears, yeah, he kind of... You see, he's just a pretty face and stuff, but...
Yeah, he can't really act, can he?
No, he can't. He does the Jason Statham thing where he can only act one type of character, you know?
As in he plays himself?
Yeah, exactly. Oh, we've got to do this, and oh, Christ, you know. Oh, you've got a beautiful face, though, so take some money. Yeah, big disappointment with the Pirates films. But then again, he was acting right next to Depp, who eats scenery like it's chocolate, so...
Yeah, but Johnny Depp's become a major caricature of every character he's played.
Yeah,
I'm looking forward to Black Mass, actually, not because of Cumberbatch, because of Johnny Depp, because he uglies up and he actually plays a real person.
What show is that?
Rather than playing Black Mass.
Black Mass.
It's about a gangster called Whitey Bulger
He's playing another
in
gangster, is he?
Detroit or something like that. What?
No, he wasn't just capable with Dillinger. He's going for the next one.
Yeah. So he uglies up, as in, like, he's bald and fat, and yeah, and he plays a real character.
Who, Depp?
So yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so I'm actually quite looking forward to that.
Wait, Fatty Bulger. Wasn't that an old actor?
Whitey Bulger.
Right, okay, sorry, yeah.
Were you
Nice,
thinking
I
of
look forward to
Fatty
seeing that.
Arbuckle or something?
Fatty
Yeah,
Arbuckle,
the one
that's the one that got in
yeah,
trouble.
because he got blacklisted because
Someone
people
died
thought
at
he
his,
killed that girl, but he didn't.
Well, no,
No,
it was
wasn't it
more
like a-
attempted rape, they thought it was, but it wasn't.
No, but then it turns out it wasn't.
Yeah,
No,
it's
but then
it's
she
really
raped- she
tragic.
died
He was
as
about
well.
to make his comeback, and then he died.
Yeah.
I thought it was
It's not
a
that nice.
Michael Barrymore situation where he had a party and someone died at the party.
No, they were both at a party, but a girl died from, like, a ruptured spleen, and then someone accused him of trying to rape her and rupturing her spleen because he's so big. He was quite fat, and they blamed it on him, and he was proven innocent, but his whole career just went down the toilet.
Yeah, you ain't going to recover from that no matter what the verdict says.
Okay, so we've covered. What is there left to cover?
There's one more thing I want to bring up. I did hear that about this film that Jeremy Renner called Black Widow a slut.
Oh
just
yeah,
wondering what your
during
opinions-
promo, like, how fucking stupid is he?
Wait. Tell me this.
Jeremy Renner actually said something because people were asking about a Black Widow solo film because she's the only female Avenger, and then he was just like, "No, she's a slut" or something along those lines.
Wait, the character?
The character, yeah, Black Widow, which makes no sense because we've not seen her sleep around, have we?
No, we haven't. I mean, it's just
She's been a friend
just
to
because she ended
everyone.
up going with Hulk and not Jeremy.
Maybe. But Jeremy Renner, he actually says a lot of things that piss me off nowadays.
Yeah.
Like, I think during the Golden Globes this year, didn't he reference... He was presenting an award with Jennifer Lopez. And Jennifer Lopez, of course, she's wearing a low-cut dress because she's Jennifer Lopez. And then he said something about a Golden Globes. And I was like, that's kind of sexist.
Not even sexist, just face palm moment. Just
Yeah, so he's been saying a lot of stuff. So I wouldn't... You know what? You see how Quicksilver died in Age of Ultron?
Yeah.
I would have preferred, because
If it was Hawkeye. They gave him the
Burton
family.
a backstory. It would have been more appropriate to kill off Burton
Yeah.
because you've gotten to know him a bit. Whereas Quicksilver, there's still a lot more we can get from him.
Exactly. I mean,
Because he has a superpower. He was quite witty. I actually quite enjoyed the character.
And he's
got a family. He doesn't really have any powers. All he can do is shoot arrows. You should have killed Burton. I can't believe
He's had the arc.
Quicksilver died saving Burton.
Yeah, his arc's basically complete. He's had a nice family. He's got a nice kid, and he's pretty much experienced life now. And you kill Quicksilver, the young dude who still has lots to live for. The great
He was
Quicksilver.
fun.
Yeah, and he was even more fun in Days of Future Past. I mean, I know they're different companies, but Quicksilver as a character, there's so much you could have done with that, And I would have loved.
No, but it would have been good to have him and Wanda, Scarlet Witch, together as a brother-sister unit.
Yeah.
Because the only other sibling unit we see is Thor and Loki, and that's very adversarial. So you've got the two opposites, and whereas like Wanda and Pietro, I always do the accent because I'm racist, they have a lovely sibling relationship. They're always protecting each other.
Yeah.
So it would be nice to see both of them going in the Marvel Universe.
If only.
Who plays Quicksilver?
Aaron Taylor Wood?
No, I don't know who that is. And what's the...
No, Aaron Taylor Johnson, that's it. Aaron Taylor Johnson.
Who plays Scarlet Witch?
Elizabeth Olsen.
I've heard of her.
As in the Olsen twin sister.
Oh, yeah.
Is that your input about these films, Matt?
Yeah.
Okay, I was waiting for more.
He plays
Okay.
Petrov, or whatever he's called.
Aaron Taylor Johnson.
I thought...
He's Quicksilver. They're the same people.
Oh, right.
Like, Dwayne is just cracking up right now.
Oh, Dwayne.
Yeah, I know Dwayne. He's
Yeah,
lip blonde, isn't he?
I'm a bit slow, to be honest.
We should really do a podcast on the French New Wave, and me and Chris will be silent as Annie and Matt talk.
We'll call it The Revenge of Annie and Matt.
Yeah.
Nice, I like the sound of that.
Yeah,
Right.
it's not too
So,
bad.
because we got Dwayne here, I know you've got a sore throat, but maybe we should do some sort of quick Q&A with you, even though you are not in the Marvel universe at all. Yeah. Matt, you got any questions for Dwayne? Dwayne, just ease up. He's really sorry about what you said.
No, I'm not.
Stop it.
He knows you're joking now though, Matt. He's smiling.
Right, so
Yeah, I'm just
so
playing
let's do
with
a
him.
quick Q&A.
Just flirting.
What questions do you have for Dwayne?
Where did he get his oil from?
Oh, he's giving you that look now, Matt.
How does he feel about the Fast and Furious film?
I still haven't watched the last one. Sorry, Dwayne. You can take me out later and we can watch it. Yeah? What are you doing, Chris?
I'm just watching you two. I'm seeing something blue.
Oh, okay, because it sounded like you were doing something.
No, he can't quite communicate, but he's got this grunting system going. So these questions, they might be answered. You never know, but you know what I mean, right, Rob? Yeah, I don't think he's going to be able to talk this episode, guys.
Okay, The Rock, just point in the kitchen. What were you cooking all those times in that ring? What were you cooking? Asparagus. Oh, The Rock cooks
I
asparagus.
think that was more of a sizzle.
That makes your pea stink, though, doesn't it? Yeah, it does. Okay.
Are you called The Rock because it matches your acting talent?
He will knock you the fuck out.
Bring it on. Bring it on.
Run, Matt. Just run. Run.
For legal issues, though, Matt, you're going to be fined while we're still recording. So you say everything you need to right now, and then as soon as we finish, run.
Yeah.
He's wearing shorts too, so he's not going to be slowed down.
Well, I'm wearing shorts.
Oh, he is.
All right. Yeah, I'm not scared
Okay,
of The Rock.
Dwayne. Dwayne, seriously, though.
The wimp.
Dwayne. Seriously. I know Matt was being mean, but seriously, why the tooth fairy? Why did you have to wear that bloody tutu? I'm sorry, okay, because I know we've got a little bit of thing brewing between us, but I have to get it out on the table before it proceeds any further. I did not like the Tooth Fairy. I didn't watch the Tooth Fairy because I did not like the poster or the trailer.
Did The Rock play the Tooth Fairy then?
I don't know because I didn't bloody watch it.
He seems quite embarrassed about that. But
Yeah.
then again,
As long as you know, because I'd have trouble keeping that from you during our relationship.
he's writing something down. Hang on a second. Cool. All right. Here you go. Well, you see, chaps, sometimes you got to do something to make a bit of money if you want to further your career. Sometimes you got to pay the bills. And even though I was one of the highest grossing, in the Scorpion King, I had broke the record for the highest grossing entry role into Hollywood of 5.5 billion, not boasting. Every now and then you still have to pay the bills and you have to keep your money going up. And Tooth Fairy, it's my pacifier. It's basically Vin Diesel's version of the Tooth Fairy is the pacifier. And I had to do my own. And look where it got us, you know. If you appeal to the generations when they're young, they'll remember you when you're out there, you know. And he's written all this just now. There you go. That's your answer.
Yeah, but as the Tooth Fairy, aren't you giving away money rather than actually getting it?
Ah.
Good point.
Yeah.
All right.
Dwayne, think it through.
You haven't
though.
got very good business acumen, Dwayne.
How
very
am I
poor.
supposed to spend all your money if you don't have it?
You'd fail on The Apprentice, I'm telling you.
I'm going to cook you, is all he's written. And
He's doing a Hannibal.
he broke the pen, Matt.
You know what, Matt? Him cooking you, that's his bargain, you mewling Quim. I've been waiting for half this podcast to use it, and I haven't found anything appropriate, so that's good enough.
I thought about bringing it up, and I thought it's just nice to include there.
No, because I've been waiting for a perfect opportunity, and I couldn't find one, and this is close enough, to be honest. I can't, because we're getting on a bit. We're going to have to wrap this up, so we had to throw it in at some point.
So, on a parting note, if Marvel was to do any more characters or one-note characters, who would you guys like to see?
One-note characters.
And any, in fact, any comic book character that you'd love to see come to life on the film. It could be from any
The
company.
Enchantress.
The Enchantress?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I'll go for her.
Cool.
Because she's like a super villain, but then she's not, and then, yeah.
How about you, Matt?
And it'll be a strong female as well, so...
Oh, I can see that. That'd be quite cool.
So, Matt, which comic character do you want to come to life?
I don't know. What about Caterpillar Man or something like that?
Is that the one that you're writing personally?
Yeah.
A
Little caterpillar.
I'd like to see this. Actually. Awesome.
We should have a better place to put the "This is my bargain, you mewling Quim." Seriously, man, we should have thought it through and just scripted it. I'm quite disappointed about the place that we actually did it. For fuck's sake, man.
Yeah, well, next time we'll include it somehow. Because this can't be the last Marvel podcast. Or, in that note, we've still got to have the revenge of Annie and Matt. So, you know.
Oh, yeah, we've got the Revenge of Annie
always-
and Matt coming out.
Yeah.
It's going to be the...
They can talk about artsy-fartsy shit.
Yeah, and it's going to go on for
me
ages.
It'll be like a
Yeah.
battle of wits.
me and you are just going to be the most silent people ever.
But we'll compare every single French film to Thor or some sort of Marvel trope.
Yeah, we could do that.
Yeah, really annoying.
All right, so keep an ear out for the Revenge of Annie and Matt.
Yeah.
Which will cater to everyone. Trust me.
By the way, I'm Tamim, he's Chris, and he's Matt, and that's Dwayne. We did not introduce ourselves. Why do we always forget to introduce ourselves?
Well, we have an introductory thing anyway, don't you?
Yeah, but we didn't actually say who we were.
That's true.
I don't think they really care, to be honest, Tom.
Yeah, they probably don't give a shit about us.
We're so indispensable.
So we're going to have to
from
cut
each
all
other.
that bit about our personal life out.
All right.
Okay, so listeners, sorry that we're so fascinated by each other and by Dwayne Johnson's
And ourselves.
and ourselves. But we have to go because we don't have lives to get to. We are just going to sit around doing nothing by ourselves.
I've got to catch a train back to Leicester. Come on.
Yeah, you've got to go back to Leicester, sorry. And so, bye from me.
Ta-ta
Bye.
from me.
And bye from me. Up an atom!
There's such long gaps in between our byes.
I think I actually...
Are we stopping recording?
I always make a
You
bad
have-
comment of talking when someone else is just about to talk because we've both been polite and then we both decide to talk at the same second.
Yeah, I love British people. They're either too polite or fucking assholes.
Have you guys stopped recording?
No, I'm about to now.
I'm stopping now.
touch Barton. Not until I make him kill you. Slowly, intimately, in every way he knows you fear. And then he'll wake just long enough to see his good work. And when he screams, I'll split his skull. This is my bargain, you mewling quim.